changes rapidly. And the most specific one is that our communication, right? Well, Sobat Belajar, dunia kita terus mengalami, changes, like it is rapidly, very fast. Ya, throwing back, dulu, we used to have written letters. Ya, with the help of postman, okay, we could communicate with each other. Yeah, I remembered when I was younger, okay, I used to sign like, card, okay, to give to my relatives in other regions. Ya, jadi Sobat Belajar, sering dengan berjalannya waktu, kita terus mengalami pengubahan. Ya, dan salah satunya yang paling spesifik adalah communication. Dulu dari yang traditional one, okay, dengan menggunakan kantor pos, ya, yang salah satunya dulu pas kita masih kecil yang amat sangat kita tunggu-tunggu, ya, karena itu membawa kabar untuk kita, ya. Kita tukar kartu-kartu ucapan, lebaran, Natal, dan beragam perayaan hari keagamaan lainnya. Ya, terus kita juga mengirimkan uang dulu ya, sampai pada akhirnya ada teknologi, okay, namanya cell phone, okay, ada telepon genggam, ya. That's much easier, ya. Jadi kita bisa, okay, communicate menggunakan teknologi yang lebih mudah. Jadi memungkinkan kita untuk save more time and save our money, of course, ya. Dengan biaya SMS dulu itu sekitar Rp150 per satu kali SMS, ya. Jadi kita udah mulai mengurangi, okay, frekuensi untuk menggunakan letter, ya. Oke, nah terus seiring dengan berjalannya waktu, akhirnya ada internet mulai dari 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, or even now we have 5G, ya. Jadi kecepatan internetnya semakin luar biasa cepat, kita bisa connecting across the globe, across the world, ya. Sobat Belajar, that's really amazing, right? Thinking about how our world changes rapidly. Okay? Nah, berbicara tentang communication, salah satunya itu kita menggunakan language, of course, ya, salah satunya. Nah, about language and how, because we are using English, we use English, even I can say, as because, it is the lingua franca. Okay, for some people, I believe that they might think that English is quite difficult. Okay, terus ada yang bilang, Kak, English nggak difficult, tapi ada yang lebih difficult. That's fine. Every language has its own challenges. Ya, bahasa Inggris punya challenge-nya sendiri, Japan, ya, France, and so many things. Okay, and one thing that you learn about language that's very interesting, because when you learn about language, you also learn about the culture. Ya, dalam berbagai bahasa ada yang subjeknya ada 12, ada yang nominanya dibedakan lagi, ya. Kalau bahasa Inggris ada I, you, they, we, she, he, it. Ada bahasa lain yang subjeknya lebih banyak. Oke, ada lagi bahasa-bahasa lain juga mereka punya karakteristik, punya hal yang identik yang membedakan dia dengan yang lain. Oke, but when it comes to English, have you ever wondered about the next generation of English, what English would be? And it represented with these pictures, like everyone is questioning about the English. We know that now English is still one of the lingua franca that widely used all across the globe. And will we be studying English again, okay, in the next year, at this time tomorrow, or at this time next year? Nah, gimana ya cara kita untuk mengungkapkan sesuatu yang sedang dalam progres tapi di masa depan? Kayak apa sih yang harus kita perhatikan? How about the word arrangement? How about the type of verb? Which one that can be used to talk about the future, but the activity is in progress? So, Sobat Belajar, continue watching, karena sekarang belajar mudah. Ayo belajar!
Jangan lupa belajar, karena sekarang belajar itu mudah. Ayo belajar!
Hi, Sobat Belajar, Rizkas here and welcome to English Classroom. Well, Sobat Belajar, I hope you are doing fine out there because today and now is our English time. Okay, so for today's episode, we're gonna learn about one of the tenses available in English. That is future continuous tense. I'm gonna give you a bigger picture, okay, like for you to have a slide about a little bit about what we're gonna learn, yeah, in today's episode about the future continuous tense, yeah, future, you know, about something that we're gonna happen next. Yeah, and continuous, you know, continuous about something that is in progress continually. Okay, and tenses, that's about the grammar language features. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. This one, but before we start, I would like to give you this vocabulary. So here is the phrasal verb, look ahead. Look ahead. So, it is to think about what will happen in the future and plan for these effects. Okay? But if you haven't known yet about what the phrasal verb is, jadi Sobat Belajar, phrasal verb adalah kombinasi dari verb dan juga preposition. Look as verb and ahead as preposition. But when they come together as phrasal verb, jadi mereka punya satu meaning. Okay, so for look ahead, one definition is that to think about what will happen in the future and plan for these events. So for example, she is trying to look ahead and see what she has in the future. Okay, that's example ya. Penggunaannya sama dengan look. Okay, nah tapi ketika dia disandingkan dengan ahead, itu dia one meaningnya that you can understand is that to think about what will happen in the future and plan for these effects. Yeah, that's a good thing for you. So you can start using this, you know, vocabulary in your daily conversations. Oke, Sobat Belajar. Nah, pertanyaannya sekarang adalah for future continuous tense, how to use and to arrange words in future continuous tense, right? As we know in English, we have many tenses with different functions. Ya, jadi apa sih si future continuous tense ini? Maksudnya adalah bagaimana cara menggunakannya dan susunannya seperti apa. Karena dalam bahasa Inggris kita punya beberapa ya bentuk kata kerja. Oke, ada past participle, present participle, ada yang basic one. Oke, ada yang simple past form. Nah, when it comes to future continuous tense, which one that we're gonna use? Ya, and how to use and also to arrange words. Okay, we will find out together here. So, you can prepare everything to help you jotting down or taking notes during this episode. Ya, Sobat Belajar, it can be electronic one, or it can be electronic, or it can be traditional using paper and pen, that's fine. Just find the most comfortable that you can use. Ya, okay. And about the continuous tense, ada beberapa yang akan kita pelajari, Sobat Belajar. Nah, kita punya present, so it is present continuous tense, yeah. And next one, past continuous tense. The other one is future continuous tense and perfect continuous tense. Jadi ada 4 ya, si continuous tense yang akan kita pelajari, but now it's only the future continuous tense. Okay, so get ready. Here we go. For this one, I provide 2 sentences for you. Okay, that this will give you much more about the future continuous tense. Yeah. So, look and read the following sentences. Number 1. At this time tomorrow, they will be performing the musical drama. At this time tomorrow, they will be performing the musical drama. One. Number 2. The speech competition will start at 6. He will come at 8. I will be delivering speech when he comes. Number 2 again. The speech competition will start at 6. He will come at 8. I will be delivering speech when he comes. Can you see the use of future continuous tense from these two sentences? And also about the pattern of the future continuous tense here? So let me help you. From number 1. At this time tomorrow, they will be performing the musical drama. Okay, this one we know the adverb. Yeah, this one the adverb. They will be performing the musical drama. This one, subject, will be performing. Verb ing, present participle. Ing, verb, ing. And this one, the object, the musical drama. Okay, so I'm gonna give you the musical drama. Okay, and about the next one, this is more complex. The speech competition will start at 6. He will come at 8. I will be delivering speech when he comes. Okay, this one we see the similarities. This one subject. This one will be. Okay, will be. So let it be. And this one is present participle verb, ing verb. Verb ing. And this one the object, and this is still the adverb. Oke, sobat belajar. Nah, dari sini yang terlihat adalah word arrangement dari si future continuous tense. Ya, di sini terlihat kalau dia dari dua sentences ini patternnya adalah subject, will be, verb ing plus object. Again, the pattern is subject plus will be plus verb ing plus object. Okay, and how about the adverb, Kariska? Kenapa dari dua sentences ini mereka sama-sama menggunakan specific time? Okay, sobat belajar. Nah, dalam future continuous tense ini yang jadi hal spesialnya adalah dia salah satunya menunjukkan specific time-nya. Dari nomor 1, at this time tomorrow. For example, like now, for example ya, 9 a.m. Nah, berarti kalau dia bilang at this time tomorrow, still at 9 a.m. but tomorrow. Specific time. Ya, dan ini dia tadi dari future continuous tense. And next one, bisa juga bentuknya dia bukan bentuk yang spesifik jamnya like 9 a.m. Tapi ini berbarengan dengan yang lain, when he comes. Ya, sobat belajar, tapi kita bisa lihat kalau dia dari dua sentences ini dia menggunakan specific time. Oke, nah setelah melihat ini, and I hope you are writing something or understand about when to use this and also understand what I'm talking about. I hope. Okay, sobat belajar. And next one. Nah, ini dia akhirnya dari tadi yang sudah kita analisa, ini dia fungsinya si future continuous tense. To tell an activity that will be in progress at a specific future time. To tell an activity that will be in progress at a specific future time. This, like I mentioned, specific future time. Other keywords is that in progress. Okay? Specific future time and in progress. Contohnya gimana, Kak? This one. At 5 o'clock tomorrow, I will be flying to Banjarmasin again. At 5 o'clock tomorrow, I will be flying to Banjarmasin again. From this sentence, sobat belajar bisa paham, dia waktunya spesifik, 5 o'clock tomorrow. Itu tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Can be the writer. The writer will be flying to Banjarmasin again. Ya, jadi dia akan sedang dalam pesawat, dalam perjalanan menuju Banjarmasin again. This is quite optional. Ya, tapi intinya adalah specific time-nya itu ada di sini. At 5 o'clock tomorrow, specific time. The other one is that a certain activity or event that happens normally without any effort. A certain activity or event that happens normally without any effort. For this case, this is more about how to make other people calm and relax. For example, we will be flying at 40,000 feet. We will be flying at 40,000 feet. Ini biasanya announcement ketika kita di dalam pesawat. Jadi captain-nya, we will be flying at 40,000 feet. Nah ini dia kan nggak pakai specific time. Kenapa dia pakai, sobat belajar? Karena ini untuk memberitahukan ke penumpangnya bahwa ini adalah hal yang wajar. That's normal. You don't need to be worried. Jadi other use of future continuous tense adalah untuk ini. For something that happens normally. Right? And this one, that's my favorite one. Ask about someone's plan. Nah, jadi si future continuous tense ini juga bisa sobat belajar gunakan untuk cari tahu someone's plan. Jadi ini fungsinya benar-benar cuma mau tahu aja. Nggak pushing or got an idea atau memaksa, insist untuk orang itu akhirnya punya plan. Cuma tanya aja. This one. For example, will she be coming to the virtual graduation night? Will she be coming to the virtual graduation night? Dia cuma tanya aja, sebatas itu. Nggak ada maksa untuk akhirnya bilang iya atau tidak, cuma mau tahu aja. That's also the use of the future continuous tense, that is to ask about someone's plan. And this one about the pattern, sobat belajar, ini yang tadi sudah kita bahas juga di awal dari dua examples-nya. Specific time, this in bracket, subject plus will be plus verb ing plus object. Nah di sini yang optional ada dua, sobat belajar. Object, kenapa objeknya itu optional? Karena nanti dilihat apakah dia verbnya itu transitive or intransitive. Dan si specific time-nya ini, sobat belajar bisa letakkan dia di awal atau final sebelum full stop. For example, at 8 p.m. tomorrow, she will be calling you. At 8 p.m. tomorrow, she will be calling you. Ini yang positive one. And negative one, yang ada not-nya, sobat belajar. Specific time plus subject plus will not be plus verb ing plus optional. Sama juga yang ini specific time-nya, sobat belajar bisa letakkan di awal atau di akhir sebelum dia final, sebelum full stop. Nah, perbedaannya dengan tadi yang positif adalah not-nya, sobat belajar itu letakkan setelah will. Jadi will not be, bukan will be not. For example, at 8 a.m. tomorrow, at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, she will not be calling you. Jadi abis will itu not, baru be dan verb ing-nya. And about the interrogative, specific time, ini tinggal di reverse. Tinggal di switch. Will-nya jadi duluan. Nah, tapi cuma will-nya aja yang di depan Habis will-nya tambah subject plus be plus verb ing plus object. Again, objeknya juga dia optional. Jadi tergantung nanti tipe katanya apakah dia transitive or intransitive verb. For example, at 8 at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, will she be calling you? Oke. Bisa juga nanti bentuk pertanyaannya, will she be calling you at 8 a.m. tomorrow? Ya. Jadi si specific time-nya ini bisa di depan atau di akhir sebelum mark-nya ini. Oke. And spelling changes of ing. Ya, sobat belajar. Jadi dalam bahasa Inggris, pengubahan kata yang dari basic menuju ke bentuk yang present participle or plus ing itu dia ada 4. Jadi nggak semuanya langsung tambah ing, tapi ada pengubahan-pengubahan sesuai dengan dia kata-katanya. Nah, ini Kariska kasih contohnya dan ini juga berlaku ke kata kerja yang sejenis. Oke. This one, contohnya sit. Itu pengubahannya jadi sitting. Double T. Nah, ini kalau misalnya sobat belajar lihat, nanti bentuknya dia adalah berakhiran konsonan dan sebelum konsonannya itu dia huruf vokal. Ya. Jadi kalau seperti ini, berarti konsonan yang paling akhir itu jadi double. And this one yang belakangnya huruf E, berarti E-nya sobat belajar hilangkan dan langsung disisipkan ing. Ya, jadi bike, biking, tapi without E, jadi langsung biking, langsung ing. And next one, tie. Nah, ini yang belakangnya khusus IE, belakangnya IE. Nah, ini jadi tying. Sama dengan lie, jadi lying. IE-nya hilang, langsung kita sisipkan YING. Ya, and this one the most basic one, ya langsung ditambah ing, contohnya collect jadi collecting. Okay, and the exercise, ya, rule 2, strengthen your skill, sobat belajar. Oke, kita lihat di sini, what does the dialogue imply? Nah, berarti dia tanya nih, maksudnya apa? Dari dialognya itu apa yang bisa kita ambil? Ya, maksudnya seperti apa, gitu ya. Oke, nah di sini kita bisa lihat ada Nadia and Farhan. Ya, we will see what they were talking about. Nadia, hello Farhan, I've just arrived at your house. Can I meet you? I'll be here until 9:30 p.m. Farhan replied, I'm still at my office now. I will be coming home at 9 p.m. as I have lot on my plates now, and it takes 2 hours to arrive. Nadia, I see. I'll meet your mother then. Okay, nah ini jadi sobat belajar ada conversation between Nadia and Farhan. Okay, in short, si Nadia ini mau visit si Farhan. Unfortunately, Farhan is still at his office at the time, and Nadia decided to meet his mother instead. Ya, jadinya dari sini kita bisa lihat apa yang dialognya imply. Nah, kita lihat di sini conversationnya. Si Nadia bilang, I've just arrived at your house. Can I meet you? I'll be here until 9:30 p.m. Kita lihat responnya Farhan, I'm still at my office now. Mungkin nggak ya mereka ketemu? Tadi kan si Nadia bilang mau meet. Tapi si Farhannya bilang, I'm still at my office now. Kita lihat ya. I will be coming home at 9 p.m. as I have a lot on my plates now and it takes 2 hours to arrive. Dia bilang si Nadia di sana sampai 9:30. Tapi si Farhan baru pulang itu pukul 9 p.m. Oke, dan dia bilang butuh waktu 2 hours to arrive. Nah, berarti dia nggak ketemu dong, ya kan? Karena si Nadianya aja cuma sampai di sana hingga pukul 9:30. Sedangkan si Farhannya itu baru pulang at 9 p.m. And I'm also glad to tell you, ini Kariska punya expression, this one, I have a lot on my plates now. Itu artinya bukan dia lagi makan banyak, terus ada berbagai macam lauk pauk, tapi maksudnya adalah I have a lot on my plates now, itu dia lagi super busy. Ya, jadi banyak yang harus dia kerjakan. Oke, dalam bahasa Inggris, sobat belajar ini salah satu expressionnya. I have a lot on my plates now. Okay, good one. Nah, berarti what does the dialogue imply? Yang A, Nadia meets Farhan in the morning. It wasn't mentioned whether they would meet in the morning. Ya, berarti ini bukan, nggak ada. Kita nggak bisa lihat karena dia bilang, what does the dialogue imply? Well, Farhan is not coming home. Ya, di sini Kalau kita lihat, dia bilang dia akan coming home, will be coming home. Tapi waktunya at 9 p.m. Ya, berarti ini juga bukan. Yang C, Nadia is unable to meet Farhan. Yes. Karena di sini tadi dia bilang si Nadia ada di rumahnya si Farhan until 9:30 p.m. Oke. Sedangkan di sini si Farhan bilang dia baru coming home at 9 p.m. and it takes 2 hours to arrive. Berarti paling cepat si Farhan itu arrived at home at 11 p.m. 9 plus 2. Ya, sedangkan si Nadia itu udah pulang 9:30 p.m. Berarti jawabannya yang C. Nadia is unable to meet Farhan. Okay, and about the other one, Farhan has just arrived at his house. Ini dia nggak dijelaskan. Oke, dan juga kita nggak bisa ambil kesimpulannya apakah si Farhan has just arrived at his house, padahal di conversation-nya dibilang I'm still at my office now. Sobat belajar, ya. Berarti ini langsung kita cross out, jawabannya yang C. Nadia is unable to meet Farhan. Oke, sobat belajar. Nah, ini dia salah satu conversation tentang future continuous tense, ya. Jadi di sini future continuous tense-nya I will be coming home at 9 p.m. Oke. Sini 9 p.m. here. Dia bilang I'll be coming home at 9 p.m. Oke, in progress, coming home at 9 p.m. Ya, di sini letak future continuous tense-nya dan di sini dia menggunakan specific time. Karena ketika kejadian ini bisa kita lihat kalau dia itu sebelum 9 p.m. Ya, karena dia bilangnya I'll be coming home at 9 p.m. Dan di sini sobat belajar juga bisa lihat untuk mengatakan sesuatu yang unable itu nggak melulu harus menggunakan kata not, tapi kita juga bisa modifikasikan speech kita dan also writing kita. Contohnya ini dia bilang I'm still at my office now, I'll be coming home at 9 p.m. Itu maksudnya adalah mereka nggak bisa ketemu di waktu yang memang disediakan oleh si Nadia. Oke, sobat belajar, so that's for the future continuous tense. Sekarang jadi lebih mudah ya untuk memahami si future continuous tense-nya karena tadi kita sudah belajar sesuai dengan penggunaannya dia dan juga si pattern-nya itu seperti apa sih yang membedakan dia dengan tenses yang lain. Oke, cool, sobat belajar. That's for future continuous tense, right? Karena sekarang belajar mudah, ayo belajar.
Jangan lupa belajar, karena sekarang belajar itu mudah. Ayo belajar!